If you just joined us, this is The Press. We're reaching you live from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. Now we'll go straight to analyzing the stories that we read out to you. As I said earlier, Richard Oriri is who is a politician, will help us analyze on this story. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
You're looking like I should just stay Igbo crazy. All right, our phone lines are open. You can call in to make your contributions and ask your questions. Quite a number of stories, but let's see how we can manage the next 40 minutes of our time. And then you have right on all of the headlines talks about the appropriation bill, which is the current president, that's the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first to present to the National Assembly, which will be done tomorrow. But then let's take a look at some of the fillers in that story. It talks about says FEC approves 27.5 trillion naira appropriation bill for 2024. And then the writers to that story, the one that actually interests me is the fact that says raises exchange rate to 750 naira per dollar. Oil benchmark now $77.96. But OK's $1 billion AFDB concessionary loan. All right, aside that one, then other stories. Okay, I see the reps leader, that's Abbas, saying will give Nigerians avenue to participate in the budget process. But let's bring this question to you. If you have 27.5 trillion naira, that's over what we had before, but now at the moment the dollar to naira to dollar is far above 700 naira, but they're pegging it around that exchange rate of 750 naira per dollar, and then the oil benchmark at $77 barrels per day. How exactly do you think that this is achievable, or is it just some white elephant projects and some very beautiful projects you have only that exist only on paper but not in reality, even despite the fact that Honorable Tijani Abbas says that they will give Nigerians avenue to participate in the budget?
Thank you, Annabel. I have said it here before on this platform. Nigerian budget presentation is no longer news to us, and nobody get excited when you hear about budget any longer in Nigeria. 27.5 trillion budget estimate for 2024 is the heftiest in the history of the country. Ordinarily, we should be jubilating that there will be serious infrastructure. Education will come back to its fields, and health sector will smile, and Nigerians will be happy. But from the look of things, and let us just give the current president the benefit of doubt to say that possibly he may do what the minds of Nigerians really want him to do. But from the side of the speaker, the speaker of the 10th National Assembly, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, yes, he has said that Nigerians will be given the chances to follow up the budget. But from 1999 to date, I don't think the citizens have been given the fair chances to monitor Nigerian budgets, the expenditures of the budget. Like 2022 budget, we're in 2023. This 2023 budget, most of the House of Reps members and senators, the constituency projects, some of them that were not able to make it back to National Assembly, they have gone with the money. And their constituents, they have been asking questions, especially like my federal constituency.
What exactly do you mean when you say that they have gone with the money? Are they supposed to execute?
No matter what, they are the ones executing the project.
How are they the ones executing? That's not what the Constitution says.
They are the ones executing it because if you are not approved, if your company is not approved to be given such project, there's no how any House of Rep member will allow you to come to his or her constituency to come and execute any project. Any contractor going to any federal constituency for constituency project, it must be approved by the House of Rep member or Senator.
So why are we talking about money here then?
Yeah?
If we're talking of approval, so why are we talking about them having the money, going with the money?
They are the one monitoring the company executing the project, and they have their own court. It's done. That is, it's not something that anyone we shy away from it. I'm a journalist, and I've been seen, and I have seen. In 2020, we were in 2023. Presently, now the current National Assembly members, all of them have preferred companies that will carry out a project for the 2024 budget for them. All of them. No senator, no House of Rep member that doesn't have preferred companies that have been submitted. You understand what I'm saying? But they hardly give you the opportunity. They hardly give you the opportunity to informations. In Nigeria, they shrink information from the masses. And once information are shrinked from the masses, there's no how you have any information available with you that will enable you ask questions. And once you are not asking questions, democracy is in danger. If questions are not being asked, especially on how public funds are being spent, democracy is in danger.
All right, let's
the 27.5 trillion appropriation. I pray the president monitor the ministers very well, and he has said that the federal government, federal rules should be given serious attention across the country. Road infrastructure, yes, it's a problem. Health sector is a problem. Presently now, if not private universities, we don't have public universities that are functioning very well and can give proper education to Nigerian citizens. It's a shame. All
right, so why I asked that question, I'll bring you back again. When I checked the current rate of the Naira to the dollar, says 789 Naira 50 kobo. But now this appropriation bill is pegged at 750 Naira per dollar. How do you then deal? Because you talked about these construction companies. It means that if we are leaving it at 750 Naira per dollar, anybody they are giving that contract must work with that rate. So what if it now increases? Because we've seen how dollar either declines or increase.
Today is Tuesday. As at Saturday, Sunday, black market exchange rate was 1,155. 1,155.
So if you leave it at 750,
it's just an estimate. They are not even sure. They are not sure. So if
you're estimating at 750 Naira, and then black market, most times you don't even get it from the official market. So and the black market is selling for over 1,000. Then how would the construction sites or the contractors deal?
It's a very big challenge for us. It's a very big challenge for us because most contracts in Nigeria are now being awarded in dollars, not even in Naira. Even local contractors, their contracts, they are being awarded in dollars. Foreign contractors, they take contracts in dollars. And the exchange rate is going up every day. And some of these people who are the players in the black market, that they are the ones hodling the dollar. They are the ones hodling dollars. And for the fact that majority of them, some of them might not be happy with the government, and once they are not happy with the government, they will do everything possible to see how they can bring the government down from that angle. It's happening everywhere across the world. Like presently now, if you Google now, you just see it. Black market exchange rate is not less than 1,150 to 1,155. It's not less than that. Having it as at the rate of 750. 750 is just an estimate, and I don't think the president is sure yet. No, possibly the CBN governor is giving him assurance. The finance minister or the economic team around him, they are giving him assurance that
it will drop.
That it will drop.
And if it doesn't,
you and I suffer it.
All right. So still on this budgetary allocation. Now, you and I know that Nigeria has accumulated debts, especially from the past administration. Now, how can we generate revenue to execute this budget despite the debts we've accrued from the past administration up to now? Because the president initially complained that he inherited an empty treasury from the past administration. So how can this budget allocation be executed?
Budget funding in Nigeria, we don't have problem with funding in this country. Okay. Because even if we are to rely on our internally generated revenue, it can fund even 3 years budget at a time, jointly together. But the problem is the political will to allocating these resources, state resources, in a way and manner that will be effective and beneficial to every citizen. That is the issue. They will always complain that we don't have money. There's no how anyone will say Nigeria doesn't have money. What we have in this country, the wealth before us in the country, is just like the ocean, like this sea. It can't dry.
But then you remember the former Senate president saying Nigeria is broke.
Nigeria can never be broke. The way God positioned the country, I think Nigeria is one of the #1 country that God loves so much in the whole world. What we have around us, only from energy, we can fund our budget to this 27.5 trillion naira can be funded only from gas, if we want. We are not talking about crude yet. We are not talking about coal. We are not talking about too many things. It's just the political will. Anyone saying that Nigeria is broke, Nigeria is this, I inherited empty treasury, it's just a way, the usual way of covering our eyes from seeing what to do.
Are you saying the current administration is actually deceiving Nigerians? We
have not seen proper sincerity from the managers yet. If there is sincerity of purpose, I don't think anyone who really mean well will come and say Nigeria is broke. How can Nigeria be broke?
All right, let's move, because you talked about
it's only a fool and someone who is not in this country that will say the country is broke.
Okay, because you talked about revenue, we'll move straight to Daily Trust. And then Daily Trust says states and local government cry for development despite sharing 8.8 trillion naira in 2 years. And then says Delta, Rivers and Akwa Ibom get lion's share. Funds includes salaries, overheads and others. But I am just wondering, if states like Rivers, states like Akwa Ibom, states like Delta get lion's share, what happens to those states that even bring more revenue to the country? States like Lagos, Kano, and some other states like that.
How can Lagos bring more revenue to Nigeria than Rivers? The federation allocation they are talking about is maybe from the oil sales, from the crude oil sales.
Are you underestimating the fact that Lagos has the largest economic
for internally generated revenue, Lagos will have more. But in terms of crude oil sales, Rivers contribute more. Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Delta, they contribute more, and that is why they have lion's share. Despite it has reduced.
Has it reduced?
Yes, it has reduced. I overheard you talking about local government decline of development. That will continue. For the fact that there is joint account between local government and state government, the underdevelopment of local government will keep going like that. Because if you go to the state level, any local government chairman, despite they are the top tiers of government. We have the federal government, the state government, and the local government, and there should be separation. Even the federation allocation going to them, there shouldn't be any joint ownership of the allocation going to state to local government. If there is separation and local government is getting the allocation directly from federal government, I don't think the cry of underdevelopment at the local level will continue the way it's going. Because once local government chairman have the money, he has councillors who will approve budget, and they will equally go down to the localities. The responsibility of local government is rural road constructions, public health, primary health centers, and local markets. But most of these things, if you go to the rural areas today, you don't see them springing up.
But then, don't you think that
when I was secretary to my local government, there was a time we came up with a plan, as in some rural roads that needs a culvert, just culvert, to put culvert in some rural roads across the 10 political wards. State government needed us, the chairman, to write officially to the special advisor to the governor of local government and chieftaincy affairs, the one that monitors the allocation. You must write to them for approval before you carry out anything at the local level. And the money will not even be given to you. That is the issue. At the end of every month, they will call for joint account meeting. Where all the 23 local government chairmen in Benue State will meet with special advisor on local government and chieftaincy with the governor. The local government and chieftaincy advisor to the governor will meet with them. You, Ado, your allocation this month is 157 million naira. Your allocation this month is 200 million naira. But at the end of the day, what they will do is, how much is your salary strength? Maybe some of this local government, they are not up to 300 staff. If you put the salary together, a salary of 30-something thousand, 40-something thousand, the highest paid local government staff is their head workers. Highest, you see from the head department, you see someone receiving 150,000, and they are not much. So at the end, you see a salary strength of a particular local government to about 43-46 million naira. The money fund ordinarily should be injected into projects, but they are not giving. They will only review salary.
Okay, sorry, I have to cut in there because I know that we saw this same story yesterday. It's a very terrible issue. I know we saw this same story yesterday, and what he was saying is that most local governments have not even, most state governors have not conducted elections for their local government chairman. All they just do is get their boys and then put someone as their local government chairman.
Committee.
And then you have, our guest was actually saying that something almost similar is happening in Abia State, but not same, because the current Abia State governor decided to get mayors. That's what he calls them. He got mayors who are, if you're a guru in health sector, then definitely he's going to give them that local government. So I'm asking, where is the fault from? Is it from the local government because they're not they're not working towards getting their autonomy, or from the association, that's the Algon and so?
Conducting local government election or not conducting local government election. Local government election is conducted by state governors. Since local government falls under the federal constitution, the constitution of Nigeria recognizes local government. And for the fact that Nigerian constitution recognizes local government as the top tier of government, I said, I'm of the opinion that the National Assembly should come up with a legislation that will make national INEC, that is an independent national electoral commission of this country, to be in charge of local government elections, not BSEC or any state own electoral office. Once that is done, even if until federal INEC conduct local government elections, if you allow state governors to manage local government elections within the state, they will still be stooge to the governor, because be it caretaker appointed by governors or local government election conducted is the same, because there is no state in Nigeria that state governors will conduct local government election and you see another political party winning any position, except if you are from APC. If the governor is APC, all the councillors across the states, the councillorship seats will be won by APC. If it is a PDP governor that is conducting local government election, there is no other political party that will win even one councillorship seat. It's still the same appointment.
All right.
But I'm of the opinion that there should be a legislation that will make federal INEC to conduct local government election. And once that is done, you see development going naturally to local government. And if federal INEC is conducting local government election, then there should be a separation of this allocation. There shouldn't be anything joint allocation.
All right, let's take this call from Elder Zion. Good morning, Elder Zion.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. It's good to hear from you today.
Thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Okay, please allow me to, I don't know the topic you are discussing, but I have my own topic to discuss.
Go ahead, sir.
Because we don't have light, I'm not watching television.
All right, sir, go ahead.
You see, I would like to talk about what is happening in Lagos. How Igbos are being treated in Lagos. As somebody who's supposed to protect them. They say we are one Nigeria. It's irrevocable. Nobody will, but that is not true. What is not happening in Lagos don't suggest in any way that we are one. All these things started in 2007. 2007. When the present president was the governor of Lagos State, he deported Igbos. As to say they are migrants. You see, even during the election, the resident commissioner of INEC in Lagos State, he called Igbos the migrants. And nobody did anything. Now, Igbo businesses are being destroyed. Their houses now are being destroyed. They will pick up one tag or the other. And it's in the wrong way. It's in the Russian way. It's another mistake to destroy it. So, you see, our president has been talking of inclusive governance. But we don't see him doing so. For example, look at the travel he went with more than 30 persons who followed him. No Igbo man was there. But other Nigerians, he killed them.
All right, Elder Zion.
So what I'm saying, please give me a small minute, 1 minute, just 1 minute. What I'm saying, you see, if we say we are one Nigeria, let us be one Nigeria, the West and that's all. Let us not be hypocritical in it. And if Igbos are not wanted, they should allow them to go. It's not compulsory.
All right, Elder Zion, we'll have to let you go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too, Elder Zion, for your contribution. Let's we're going to take that story, but let's go to another story before we take that one as our last one. Our time is fast spent.
All right, so let's talk about the judicial system. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, he said that the judicial system is being overstretched with cases, and so there should be alternative dispute resolution mechanism. Now my question is this: if he prefers alternative dispute resolution mechanism, how effective will it be compared with the court resolution or court verdict?
All right, before you take that, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, how was your night?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, my name is Chief Areo.
Chief Areo from Kaduna, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
God bless you. Before let me quickly welcome my very good friend, Richard Oriri. It has been a while.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. I'm fine, sir.
Yeah, let me quickly go to the protest in Kano.
Okay.
You see, the protest in Kano. You see, what is his name? Patrick Lumumba. Coup is not only staged by the military. The judiciary coup is more dangerous when they engage in misinterpretation of the constitution along with technicalities. You see, what is happening in our judiciary, it is very appalling, and it is not good for our democracy. Let me quickly go back to what happened in the Senate, where during the valedictory speech, Bakachua, he made a statement that a good number of his it was possible for them with the intervention of his wife. Now I want to now marry it with the fairness of the judgment coming out in the appeal court. Whether with all sincerity, whether the appeal court has actually given us a very true reflection of what is happening during all these cases. That is why you see that today the appeal court has become, in my own opinion, electoral college. The appeal court is electoral college. They have thrown trust away out of the window, and I am telling you that it's going to cause a lot of apathy in Nigeria in the next election. A good number of people will not vote again. They will not come out. We have seen that it is not that determined the election in Nigeria. Look at what happened in Kogi, whereby result was written even before the election. And let's now take you back to what even the appeal court. They are also confused. The appeal court is confused. And then they mix up pre-election matter with whatever it is. And then you see that there is inconsistency in the appeal court. The one of
Chief, I will have to let you go.
will say this, the other will say the other things.
All right, thank you so much.
Oh, you are giving me. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're sorry, we have to let you go. Our time is fast spent. Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
The issue raised by the Chief Justice of Nigeria concerning alternative dispute resolution, I think, is the best way to go. But the challenge we are having is that ever since 99 that Nigeria came again to practice democracy. In the military era, during the military era, I am one of those persons that followed my father as a traditional ruler. My father, the district head of my community, and the second class chief of the local government entirely. When traditional institutions work effectively well in the interests of the masses of society, there were not too many issues going to the courts. And it's a tradition in my place that if you take your brother to court, it's a taboo. And this happens when traditional institutions we have justice in our traditional institution. But when democracy came on board, politicians came. Now the kingmakers in our local communities, they are not given the chances again to elect or select who become their leader, their traditional rulers. What we have today now are political leaders, not traditional rulers. Otherwise, some of these civil cases, there is no need taking civil matter to before the court. What you have in the court today now, even how husband and wife don't sleep well with each other, they take to court. Issue of wife and husband, my husband is not feeding us. These are issues that traditional institutions, the district head of a community with the kindred health, they sit 5 days, every 5 days of the week, they have sitting to tackle community issues. And once resolution is given, you have no right to go to court. Even if you go to court, they will write their verdict. Are
you trying to take away the constitutional function of the judiciary to take away from them?
Every issue now they take to court. That is why the court is overstretched. If you go to a police station now today, just take a walk to some police station within Abuja here, local community police stations. You will see cases that are not supposed to be in the police being reported to police. Cases that even leaders within your vicinity can resolve. You see the people taking such cases before the police, and since the police, they cannot keep them there before within 24 hours. The best thing they do is to charge the matter to court, and that is why you see court being overstretched today. Let's just go back to our traditional institution. If we go back to our traditional institution and politicians withdraw their hand from the selection of traditional rulers and allow kingmakers at the local communities to select who leads the communities, we will see that there will be no crisis. Even some of this crisis, this issue we are having of insecurity all around, is as a result of that, because everything has been so battered from the rural areas.
But then how would you now refer to the point where you have allegations saying that some of the traditional leaders are they have their hands in the cookie jar with regards to insecurity in their region?
That is what I am telling you. If you have bad record, there's no how kingmakers within your community will select you to lead them. In my community, if your 5 fingers are not complete, if you have 1 finger cut, you are not qualified traditionally to be a traditional ruler. And if you have record of criminal records, if you sleep with somebody's wife, there's no how you'll be selected as a king, as a chief in your community. But today, politicians will subdue you. Even the kingmakers will not even have a say. Because you know, in radio announcement, this is the traditional
politicians. You're actually one of them.
I am just telling you. The problem we are having in this country is emanating from political leaders.
Co-presenter, good morning. Good morning, sir. You are on to
SMD from Lagos. Look at the way I'm smiling chin to chin because I'm hearing from you today.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate the inputs given by the analysts, and then also I appreciate KAFTAN TV for giving us this ample opportunity to say our mind. Time will not permit me to go into details, but just want to ask 1 or 2 questions. You see,
are you there? Oh wow, I think we lost him. Okay, before we finally let you go, our time is fast spent, but if you can help us in just 2 minutes. The Voice of Liberty says Lagos demolition. Ohaneze urges Igbos to relocate investments to Southeast. Is that actually a good direction?
The directive given by Ohaneze is not a good one, but that directive was given under pressure all over the world. Even terrorism that you see happening everywhere in the world today, drivers of terrorism, you can pick from injustice. Injustice is number 1 thing. But on the other side of it again, even demolition are taking place in Abuja here before, and every part of the country, every tribe in the country were affected. So if demolition is taking place in Lagos, it's not every Igbo person, every Igbo man or woman in Lagos that their house or their buildings are being demolished. Maybe some of these persons that their buildings are being demolished, they built on a wrong way. If you go deep into it, there's no how somebody will have his own land, original certificate of occupancy given to you, and where you are given the land is a normal place, and you put your building there, and any government will just go and demolish it. Okay. You understand? If we are blaming government, we should as well go deep into what is happening, and you will see elements of insincerity on the side of the people that their properties have been demolished. But leaving Lagos, giving directive that Igbos should leave Lagos is not the best way.
All right.
They should speak as nationalists. They should speak as statesmen. Not the division of the country. No one is in support of Nigeria being divided.
All right, Richard, let's let you go. Thank you so much.
We have to, as leaders, put justice first as our watchword.
Thank you so much, Richard Oriri, politician. It's always a pleasure having this talk with you.
It's my pleasure too.